Good morning, everyone. How are you? I am hopping on again today to talk to one of my lovely backstage members. If you have just started following me, you may have seen that I've been hosting a 5-day Sculpt and Tone bar challenge this week. And on Thursday evening, the doors opened to my backstage membership. So if you are sitting on the fence wondering whether it's the right thing for you to do, that's why I'm chatting to some of my lovely members. And this morning I'm chatting with Caroline. Hi, Caroline. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Caroline, you've been a member for a little while. Do you mind just telling people, what life was like for you before joining Backstage in terms of your exercise and your health and fitness?
Well, I thought I was actually leading a rather active life. I went to a Pilates studio 3 times a week, and I also worked out a little bit at a gym. And actually, I found Backstage right before the pandemic hit in February last year. And I found it through one of those challenges. I think it was an abs challenge.
Mhm.
And that was actually a perfect timing because I didn't feel comfortable going to the Pilates studio. I didn't feel comfortable going to the gym. But I also realized after doing the challenge that I thought this was a really good component to have as a part of my health and fitness program. And I think that what has been really valuable for me has been to create the habit of working out every day, to see that as a really a part of my regular life. And it's also so good that the workouts are so efficient and I don't have to commute or walk or bicycle to a gym or to a studio, but I can actually do this in my home. And I think that what's also really great with Backstage is the structure that you provide, Sarah. I think this is really excellent. I've never seen anything like it. And for those who consider joining, I would like to tell you that one of my favorite parts of Backstage is that we get a Sunday email, which I think is perfect because I generally do my general planning on Sundays. And in the Sunday email, we get some information of what's up next week. And I think this is really, really helpful because in most of the competing services I've seen, you basically get a library of workouts, but you don't get any structure. So you don't know what am I supposed to be doing when, and how should I remember to focus on the different parts of my body, etc. But in Backstage, Sarah has done all this thinking for us. So we get an email, so we know exactly which workouts to do on each day. And there are even different levels. So you can start at the beginner level, and then when you feel you're up to it, you can move up one notch. But you also know that if you're following the program, you are actually getting all the different body parts worked out sooner or later. And you don't have to think about that yourself. And I think that's really a big help when you are so that you don't have to think about, oh, should I be doing legs now? Should I be doing arms now? What haven't I worked out in a while? So I think that's really, really good.
Yeah, and you're a busy lady, aren't you? Because you're a lawyer, Caroline. So, I'm sure there's lots of people out there who are working long hours and struggling to, one of the things that people talk to me about is motivation, so lack of motivation to work out, but the other top one is lack of time. So how have you found that? Because, you're busy as well. How have you managed to fit it in?
I think it's great. I'm not one of those who follow your guidelines to work out first thing in the morning, but I try to plan it for the day. And some days I can fit a workout in my lunch hour. I even do that when I'm at work, actually, because if it's a standing workout, then I can do it in front of the computer for 10 to 15 minutes, and that works great. And if I don't do it in the lunch hour, then I usually do it around 5 or 6. So more or less, either if I'm working late, then I might take a break to do the workout, and I know that I will feel better, and I can do another part of work. Or if I'm not working in the evening, which is unfortunately rather seldom, but then I can do something else. So I know that there are a couple of spots where I can fit it in. And then, of course, in the weekend, it's also easier. But this is also something I always plan on Sunday when I get the emails, because then I also know if there's a 30-minute workout coming up, for example, that I might need to plan later in the day, because I might not be able to fit that in my lunch hour.
Yeah, perfect. And so you came in having done the abs challenge, I think. And when you saw that Backstage was on offer after you had done the abs challenge, was there any hesitation for you in joining that? You know, I just know that there will be people, again, sitting on the fence thinking, is this the right thing to do? It's online. Am I going to be motivated to work out from home? Did any of that go through your mind?
No, not really, because I thought that I had got such a good picture of what Backstage was like when I did the challenge. But I also think that it was actually much better than I thought, because I think that if you're comparing this with the variant where you only get the workouts, then I can definitely understand that hesitation, that will I have the motivation to work out. But I think that that is also something which is really great with Backstage, because you also host all these different talks about how to work on our habits and how to motivate ourselves and how to connect with our key beliefs, etc. So it's really all the parts of the puzzle. So I would say that more or less everyone should do this.
I love to hear that. And since joining Backstage, what changes, transformations have you noticed in yourself, Caroline? So whether that's physical, mental, emotional, you know, what's happened? Can you walk us through
Well,
that?
I feel stronger, and I also I feel that I have more energy when I actually work out every day. I try once a week, maybe I do just a stretch or something,
Yeah.
but at least I consciously think of how to be moving and how to strengthen my muscles. And I also think that has been really good during the pandemic as well, because that has been challenging for all of us, I'm sure. But I think it has really helped to know that, well, at least I have my fitness planned out. I don't have to think so much more about that.
Yeah, definitely. That's fantastic. And what would you say to anyone that has either recently done the challenge or has found me on Facebook and can see that Backstage is open and they're wondering what to do? What would you say to them?
Well, I would say that you should definitely try it, because the workouts are really, really great. And I'm sure that they've already seen that since they participate in the challenge. And even if they haven't done all the workouts, I know that I didn't do all 5 workouts and I did the abs challenge. But and first I thought, well, maybe should I wait until the challenge comes up again so I can do this perfectly? But then I thought, no, I'm not going to wait for that. I'm just going to dig in and I'll do the best I can. And even if I don't work out every day in a week, if it's 3 times, then that's still good. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a lot more than nothing, and I can work out from there. So I would just say that if you like the workouts, then there is really nothing to think about. Then you should at least try it out.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Caroline. It's been lovely chatting with you and hearing your story. And one other thing, actually, a lot of the other members that I've interviewed so far have mentioned the community side of it. And I know someone was asking me on one of the lives that I'd done in the challenge group about that community yesterday. Could you just talk a little bit about that and how you've found that, what your experience is of the Backstage community?
Yeah, we have a lovely Facebook group with really lovely members. And if anyone has any questions, there is always someone there to support one another. And it's a general lovely spirit that we're in this together, and we can always help out if anyone needs anything.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's a really special place, actually, and everyone in there inspires me as well. So, yeah, we seem to attract a certain type of person, I think. But thank you so much, Caroline, for taking the time out to chat with us today and just to walk us through your experience. It's very, very helpful for people to hear it from the members rather than just from me. So I really, really appreciate that. And yeah, I will see you very soon. For those people who are wondering what Backstage is all about, there is a link above this video that you can click and read a little bit more. And if you've got any questions for me or for Caroline, just pop them below this video and then we can get those answered for you. But thank you, Caroline. I hope
Thank
you have a
you.
lovely day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. I'll speak to you soon. Take care.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.